everyone, and welcome back to Fluent Start, and welcome back to Season 2. Today, we're going to talk about something that many learners struggle with, especially when they try to speak longer. How to speak longer without running out of ideas. Because maybe this has happened to you. You start speaking, and it's okay. You say one sentence, maybe two, and then suddenly, your mind goes blank. You don't know what to say next, and you stop. And it feels like your English is limited. But actually, that's not always true. Most of the time, the problem is not your English. It's that you don't know how to extend your ideas. You don't know how to continue. And that's exactly what we're going to fix today. I think the first thing you need to understand is this. You don't need more ideas. You need to develop the ideas you already have. Because one idea is enough. You just need to stretch it. For example, if someone asks you, what do you like to do in your free time? Many learners answer like this, I like watching movies, and then stop. But actually, that one sentence has so much potential. You can extend it easily. For example, I like watching movies, especially action movies, because they're exciting and help me relax after a long day. See? Same idea, but now it's longer, more detailed, more natural. So the first technique is this. Add why. Always ask yourself, why? Why do you like it? Why is it interesting? Why does it matter? This simple question can double your speaking length. Another technique is adding examples. For example, I like watching movies, especially action movies. For example, I really enjoy movies like Marvel films because they're fun and full of energy. Now your speaking becomes more specific, more real, more interesting. Another powerful way to extend your speaking is adding feelings. Don't just say what you do. Say how you feel. For example, I like watching movies because it makes me feel relaxed and helps me forget about stress. Now your speaking becomes more human, more expressive. Another technique is comparing. You can compare your idea with something else. For example, I like watching movies more than playing games because it feels less tiring. Now you're adding depth, and depth makes your speaking longer automatically. I also think adding time helps a lot. You can talk about past, present, or future. For example, I didn't really like movies before, but now I watch them quite often. Or, in the future, I want to watch more international movies. Now you're expanding your idea across time, and suddenly you have more to say. Another important technique is using connectors, words like because, and, so, also, but. These small words help your ideas grow. Without connectors, your speaking feels short and disconnected. With them, everything flows. Another thing that really helps is asking yourself mini questions while speaking. For example, what kind? Why? When? How often? You don't say these questions out loud, but you answer them in your speech, and that automatically makes your speaking longer. I also want to say this. You don't need complex vocabulary. You don't need difficult grammar. Simple English is enough. What matters is how you expand your idea. Because fluency is not about how many words you know. It's about how well you use the words you already have. I think many learners also stop too early. They think, okay, I already answered. But in real conversation, one answer is not enough. You can always add one more sentence, just one, and then another, and another, and another. And that's how fluency grows, step by step, sentence by sentence. I also think practice is very important here. You can take simple questions and train yourself to answer longer. For example, what did you do today? What do you like? What are your plans? Try to answer each question for at least 20 to 30 seconds, even if it feels difficult, even if you repeat ideas. That's okay, because you're training your brain to continue. And the more you practice,
the easier it becomes. And slowly, you will stop running out of ideas because your brain learns how to expand, not just answer. So if right now you feel like your speaking is too short, don't worry. It's not your limit. It's just your habit. And habits can change. Anyway, thank you so much for being here with me today. I hope this episode helps you speak longer, more confidently, and more naturally, without feeling stuck. Because you always have something to say. You just need to learn how to continue. Thank you for listening to Fluent Start. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.